Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD6. So I'm gonna try right now the new co-op. Um, Now in this mode, you can either create a match. You can see that you can invite up to 4 players, so you can play in a total of 4 players. And depending on how many players there are, you may have the screen split it. And when you see this A, it means that every player can place the towers wherever they want. So there is not a forcing of placing just your towers in one side or another one. You can then share your code and you can join the match by entering the code of another player. Or you can go, like I'm going to do right now, a quick match. And I'm gonna go with Quincy because I want to try her out. She has been balanced and buffed a little bit in the last patch. So I have Monkey Knowledge activated, of course, to get me some extra help and trying to beat this map easier. Now you can see there are 3 like difficulties depending on how long you want your match to be. You can either have a quick game, so beginner, intermediate, easy, medium, standard, or reverse. A medium game, so also advanced maps, also in hard, and you can have more modes, so standard, primary, military, reverse, the stuff. Or you can have long game, in this case just intermediate, advanced, just hard, so only hard. And you can either have all the hard difficulties, so magic monkeys, double HP mobs, alternate balloons, impoppable. Unfortunately, half cash and the chimps are not here yet. I don't know if that's because only like custom co-op you could do those difficulties, or if it's not there yet, but they're gonna add it in the future. So just for the purposes of the video, just showing it how it works, I'm gonna go with a quick game. I have already played once, and you can see it from the medal. So this shows how many medals you have. So I got 1 medal in hard, so that's why it's showing the golden monkey and 1 is the level of the players, and these are the number of the players. So I think this is a 4-player match, so I'm gonna stay here just about 15-20 seconds waiting. If no one is coming, I'm gonna just come back. And oh, here we go. So frozen over, the map has an A means that you can place the towers wherever you want, because that's free. Now in co-op, the rules are pretty simple. Experience and the cash from popping the balloons and from the rounds are shared. So it's medium standard. So before the other guys can do something, I'm gonna just place Quincy right there. Oh, 2 Quincy's. Nice. Obin there. Hopefully the 4th. Oh no. Oh, he sold Obin? Okay, well, whatever. So I placed my Quincy in that spot because I think that spot is just better, because it covers also this part of the more of the right side of the map. Instead, this one just covers half of it. But yeah, 3 Quincy, so hopefully the last guy can place Obin, and so in that way we can have 4 heroes at the same time. It would be awesome. So actually here I may want to place a ninja right there. And now there is this screen right here that you can see the other player stats. You can see their name, you can see how much cash they have, and you can also see how much cash you can give to them. So this 61 is the amount of cash I can give to them, and of course it's gonna depend on the amount of total cash that you have. So I don't know why the game is so slow right now. Probably because it's the beginning, or because it's lagging a little bit. Yeah, I think it's lagging, so maybe someone's computer or internet is pretty slow. So now, the more heroes there are in the screen, the more the experience between them is going to be shared. That means that they're going to level up very, very slowly. Yeah, here we go. See, player 4 has a pretty bad connection. Um, that's why the game was a little slower. And it's still freezing. You can see the balloons there freezing. Oh well. That's why I played a quick match. It's still medium, so that means there are 60 rounds to go. But definitely, yeah, definitely not good having the game lag this much. But that's the downside of co-op. Of course, you're using internet to play with other players, and so depending on the internet provider and how fast their internet is, they may yeah, they may have it fast and so you can do whatever you want, or they may have it slow and then you have to just do like this. Okay, so it's medium, so I don't think I'm gonna place any farms. Now, one thing to note is that even if your cash and experience from the rounds are shared, the cash that you earn by yourself is gonna be given only to you. So in this case, if I place a farm, those 20 cash I'm earning from each banana will not be split between the 4 players in this case, but are gonna be given only to me. So you can go with more like farming strategies. Like one of the players can just focus on farming and then he can share the cash that he has with the other players, or you can either like decide for yourself to just place 1 or 2 farms to get more extra cash, and yeah, that works as well. So you can see that the amount of cash that we're earning from these rounds is very little because it's split between the 4 players. Each one of us is getting, I don't know, about like 25 cash, maybe 30 each round. And yeah, but yeah, this is co-op, so it's very similar to what it was and what it is in BTD5. And the only different thing is that you can have up to 4 different players at the same time, and BTD5 it was just 2 players. And you can also now click on the towers and you can see which player has placed that particular tower. So this is P1, this is P4, P4, P3, that's me, P2, and so on. So you can see the overall. You can also click on that. As of course, you cannot use your cash to upgrade them, even if you want to, because it's the towers from the other players. But at least you can see their pops, you can see their upgrades, and that's a huge change and a huge buff, I think, from the BTD5 co-op style. Okay, so now also another thing that the at the end of the round, so at the end of the game, each player is gonna unlock some stats, and you can see how many balloons each player popped, how many like cash each player generated, how much cash each player gave, how much mobs each player popped, and so on. So you have also some specific upgrades, some specific like stats for each player. And in this case we have 3 Quincy's, so that's so funny. And 1 Obin. So but the game is really lagging, like it's very slow. I don't really know why. Probably the more players you're playing with, the slower the game is, because you have to sync 4 different computers. Instead, where you're just playing between 2 people, it's just a lot faster, I think. Okay, so interesting question here. Why placing the sub right here and not, for example, here in the middle? In the middle, you will also have range given by the submarine in the exact center of the map. Instead, here is not in range of any part of the map. So here, wait, what happened? The game is going on, but there are no balloons. Oh, okay. Yeah, the game just froze yet again. Yeah, but this is the first release of co-op, so I I'm sure there are a lot of bugs, a lot of stuff going on that they're gonna fix in the next um, updates. Oh, in this case though, well, we have Obin, so we have lead popping power. I was just thinking about it. Probably it's too late. So if you don't think about, oh, we also have the sniper, but if you don't think about like the round from a lot of time earlier, you may be screwed up, because in this case, even if I want something to pop lead Bloons, I'm just not getting enough cash. In like in 5 rounds, you get barely 200 cash. So yeah, that's one thing that you have to remember. So we have the fast forward, but it seems that this game is like so slow. It's very painful. It's painful to look at a game like this. Yeah, whatever. So far so good. I think every other player is using Monkey Knowledge because we are leveling up exactly at the same time. So the 3 Quincy's. I don't know about Obin. Obin may have a different upgrade pattern, so he needs different amounts of experience to level up. Okay, so finally 301 Alchemy Ninja here. But yeah, I don't know, like around 40, the Moab. I don't know. P4, okay, now P4 unlocked the player 4 unlocked the sub 202, so that's gonna be a lot of damage. Yeah, I mean, I just placed Quincy, the ninja. I'm getting the ninja 301, and that's it. So I haven't really placed anything else, and I just don't have any cash. So is someone getting more cash here? I think yeah, we're all getting the same amount of cash because it's shared. And you can see here Quincy, like level 5, I think around 34 is something that never happens. But yeah, the experience is being split between the 4 heroes, and that's why each hero is so low level. So probably I think that in co-op it may be best to don't place any heroes, or to have just one hero, because of the fact that otherwise the heroes are going to be useless, because they level up so slowly that yeah, they're pretty much useless. I don't know. We have here a lot of damage. 032. So here with this Quincy, we have a little bit of range also there. With the sniper, a little bit of range there. I'm just talking about the submarine. So in case the ceramics from the Moab can somehow sneak past, we have something to defend ourselves. And I think as well here, like placing farms is a must, because you're getting so little cash from the rounds. I think placing farms is a must. So because the cash you get from the farms goes to yourself, you can increase your own cash by a lot. And yeah, I think that would be the best. Is 60 rounds. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna get the. But I would really like to, though. I'm just earning so little cash that I don't know. Let's see how round 40 goes. If I see that round 40 just is terrible, I may get a farm, trying to increase the cash I get. so most likely what I'm gonna do like next times is accept matches only when there are 2 players or 3, but not 4, because otherwise this is just too slow. So the mob, actually we pop it pretty fast. Yeah, I just forgot that it's medium, so mob class balloons are not that hard to pop. Ceramics, and yeah, Quincy's all level 6 now, so they shoot 2 arrows. Yeah, I think here, I think a farm must be needed always. So even like in medium, uh, it must be the best to get a farm. And probably you need to get it very fast, because the earlier you get the farm, the earlier you start getting the extra cash for yourself. So most likely, like you just place the hero and that's it. So you don't place any other tower for the rest of the game until you afford the farm. Or maybe you don't even place the hero. In this case I could sell Quincy and we would have still like enough damage overall to survive the rounds. And now that's also another thing about cope, is that you don't need every time to be the one that deals the highest damage. You can also play more of a supporting role, especially, well, in this case, this map you can place towers whenever you want, because it's like it's all. See, this A means all, so every player can place towers in every part of the screen. But on some maps where you're forced to maybe place towers not exactly close to the beginning of the map, you can, instead of like trying desperately to like get aces or helis to still do damage to the balloons, you can still play more passive, playing with farms, like farming up, and then giving cash to the other players to give them the ability to get a lot of upgrades and to do more damage to the balloons. So that's also something that happened in BTD5. Like, you don't need to place a ton of towers or to be the one that really makes the difference, or that I don't know, deals the highest damage. Depending on the position that you have on the map, you may be the one that places the offensive towers, or you may be the one that plays more of a supporting role, getting farms and then giving cash to the other players. So just be smart, you know. Don't try every time to be the best one, because depending on the positioning, you may not have the chance to do as good as you would want to. And so just remember that, you know. The important thing is surviving the full game. So the 60 rounds in this case, or the 80 rounds if you're playing on hard, or 100 rounds if you're playing on improbable. The important thing is surviving with the other players. So playing together and trying to compensate each. Like, if one player does not have camo detention, then you have to get something to have camo detention, or a village. For example, here I could place a village 020 to give camo detention to these 2 submarines. You know, so just be smart and try to play together with the other players, trying to get the best combo possible, and that's it. So that's all it's needed to succeed. Now this game is becoming very long and very boring, just because of the slow motion. Like, I feel like I'm playing in slow motion. So yeah, never again I'm gonna play with the 4 players. I'm sorry, but it's just unbearable almost. So there isn't a village, so I'm gonna get the village here for these towers, trying to include every one of them. at the least of these towers here at the beginning. Okay, here we go. Bigger radius. I should cover now this top monkey. And the druid, I don't know. It may be out of range. So I'm gonna give here jungle drums. Then, if I have enough cash, I'm gonna get the alchemist 400. But that should be the end of the game, actually. Oh wait, what? 042. That monkey. So wait, which player is this one? P2. So I think P2 just kept all his cash just to be able to spend the... How much does it cost? 8k. To spend 8k cash on getting this upgrade. I think it's useless right now because it doesn't have other that monkeys to which give the ability and transform them into super monkeys. So I don't know. I'm not entirely sure this is a good upgrade, but hey, when you're playing with other players, sometimes you don't understand really what they're doing. And but hey, if it works, okay. Okay, here we go. Finally, jungle drums. Yeah, the game is freezing a lot right now. I don't think it's my computer. I think it's just the syncing of the different players with the through the internet is what is making this game so laggy. That's what I think it is. Okay, 203. Sniper. Okay, come on. Well, yeah, the game is freezing a ton now. Yeah, see the Bloons? Like freezing because of the syncing. Yeah, I think they're gonna fix it pretty soon because it's just unbearable. Like having a game like this. Like this game should last like 9 minutes. Oh, okay, finally. Ray 4 disconnected. Probably had some issues in the computer. You can see right how faster the game is just because these guys are not here anymore. So now what happens? Oh, this is another thing that I didn't explain. No, what happens if one of the players leave? The towers that they had are split between the other players. In this case, you can see that I got this 204 sub, player 2 got this other sub, and also this other one. And I think that was it because all the other towers were from... And also Obin, yeah, that was also player 4. Now it's player 1. So yeah, that is what happens when you have a player that disconnects. Because you're playing still with other 2 players in this case, the game still goes on and you get still the rewards. But the towers are not like deleted. They're just they pass property. So now they're property of the players that are left in the game. Okay, come on, just 2 more rounds. I just want this to end so that I can show you the ending screen. I'm not gonna free play this one until around 100. It's just too slow. Even without the laggy guy, still the gameplay is pretty slow. Still I feel like slow motion. Okay, finally next is BFB. Okay, so I'm gonna... Well, actually, we don't need anything. Yeah, just deleted that. And here we go. These are the stats. So you can see here, player 1, player 2, 3, and 4. And each one of them, depending on the characteristics of each one of us, you have a different attribute. So in this case, Master Builder, 5 towers placed, less is more, 3 towers placed, Pop Master. In this case, this guy would have got the Pop Master because he popped more than me, but because he disconnected, he's not there. He hasn't got anything. And yeah, that's it. So in this case, cash generated is 0 because neither of us got how it's said, got a farm. Mobs pop, power used, instas, abilities, and yeah, that was it. So that's the you have also the monkey star. That is the monkey that dealt the most damage for each of the players. In this case, you can see the sniper, the 042, that monkey. Well, in this case, this submarine that wasn't really mine, was from player 4, but because he disconnected. And yeah, that's it. So at this point, you can either decide to free play as the other guys are doing, or you can home. Now if you home and you disconnect, now what's gonna happen is that my towers are gonna be given to the last 2 players remaining, and they're gonna keep on playing. Now if only one guy is remaining, that's when the co-op ends and you don't get any more, so you cannot continue to play alone. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to, in this case, home, and here we go. So now you also unlock some achievements. In this case, because I played with other 4 players, I'm gonna get this one, and also having 4 heroes on the screen at once. And there are also other co-op achievements, like in this case, win 10 games in hard, use 10 powers, use 100 powers, pop 10 million Bloons, and so on. So there are other achievements that as well I have already got because I played once. And yeah, that was it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.